Your Excellencies, the elders of our nation, too many to mention, and you're all looking so great tonight. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, fellow Nigerian compatriots, this is a wonderful night. I think we should give it up to the hallmarks of Labour Foundation. I've been asked to speak on behalf of all the honorees, and you probably have noticed I'm the youngest of all of them. So, elders have to cope with their younger ones. So they've given me some time to speak on behalf of everybody. And please do us the honor and listen to what we have to say about our nation, and about you that are our leaders. We thank the Halls of Mark Foundation for the great honor that you have bestowed on all of us tonight to receive the prestigious awards that you have so generously given us tonight. As I look around the hall, I saw so many of our elders. I wasn't even born when your names were ringing globally. And when I saw Professor Ayo Banjo still conferring a degree, even though it was, then you really know that he has it in his genes. Or when they called up Professor Ogunbiyi's husband, Dr. Ogunbiyi, and they said she was born in 1948. And the way she ran to the stage with her husband, I was sure that they could beat Usain Bolt in 100 meters. But I would like to ask your lordships that we have to have a full declaration of ages here, because I'm pretty sure you all don't look your age at all, and therefore there must be something in your gene that the rest of us have to take. Please give it up to our elders. I'd like to congratulate on behalf of all the honorees, the Hall of Labour Foundation, in particular the Professor Emeritus Umaru Shehu, who is the chairman of the Board of Trustees, the members of the Board of Trustees, and of course, our darling sister, Executive Secretary, Mrs. Patricia Otwedon Orawere. Recognition is never an expectation when you are passionate and committed to what you do, or when one's modest contributions and efforts in life are found worthy of some honor. It is always both a surprise and, of course, a delight. And that's how we all feel tonight with the honor that you have given us. Recognition for us is a down payment to do even more for this nation. And so, in this regard, I can confidently say on behalf of all the honorees, so help us God. Personally, the highest honor for me, for which I take great pride, is that I was born a Nigerian. From the moment I came out of my mother's womb, the breath I took was the air of Nigeria. Powering my lungs, Nigeria's air eventually became the driver of all that I will do and become and be most proud in my life, and I can say that on behalf of all the honorees tonight. A number of years ago, while working at the Rockefeller Foundation in New York, a colleague came up to me with a keen interest in my career and kind-heartedly suggested that I will consider taking up U.S. citizenship. He went on to say that with all of my accomplishments, making such a transition will not be a problem, and how tempting that was. I immediately had flashes of several experiences while going through immigration in U.S. airports, and you've all been there before. Both my sons, who are Americans, would go right through, zip right through, and they'd be grilling me. When were you born? Where were you born? Where are you going? And why are you going there? When do you plan to die? It was so tempting in such occasions to fantasize and imagine that owning a U.S. passport would get me out of the never-failing ordeal once and for all. During such moments, the Nigerian air will fill my lungs again. And I was saying myself saying, no, I will keep my Nigerian passport. Yes, it gives me hassles everywhere I go. But there's a reason God made us Nigerians. We may not be where we need to be yet, but I was very confident then at an early age that by the grace of God, we will get there. I would tell myself over and over again, one day, the world will turn again to Nigeria. A time when all holding the Nigerian green passport will be treated like royalty and given dignity, respect, and honor. For that was how it was in the time of the heroes of our independence. I would say to myself time and time again, I will live as a Nigerian, die as a Nigerian, and on the resurrection day, I'll ask for God's favor to rise as a Nigerian holding the green, white, green flag. I'm always very conscious, and all of us, and we are very sensitive to the huge responsibility we all carry and the need for us at all times to be best ambassadors of the nation that we all can be. Gone before us, every one of us, are great men and women whose achievements are always inspiring to us. They may be dead, but they are alive. Their achievements have become paths for us today, just like the path of the forest that leads one to the village. Nigeria invested so much in me. When President Goodluck Jonathan called me to become minister, it was the greatest honor of my life to serve my nation. And I thank God for all that we did with the support of everybody. When it was time for me to be elected, or to campaign, let me say, for presidency of the African Development Bank, it was a Nigerian effort. Several heads of state, starting of course with my great mentor, Chief Emeka Onyanku, who is himself, he epitomizes diplomacy par excellence. Professor, who I share, Bolaji Akinwunmi, the same thing with bow ties. His name was synonymous to diplomacy. And of course, Professor Gambari made us stand tall at the United Nations. And our former UN ambassador is here. She made us all so proud. But all I was saying that Nigeria gathered together from General Abdul Salam, General Yakubu Gowon, former President Olusegun Obasanjo, Vice President Atiku Abubakar, former Vice President Amadi Sambo, and of course my dear indefatigable sister, Dr. Okojo Iweala, who ran a spirited campaign for me. By God's grace and with your support, I was elected president of the African Development Bank on May 28, 2015, exactly 24 hours after my time of office ended as minister of our dear nation. The nation jubilated as I became the first ever Nigerian to be elected president of the bank since 1964 when it was established. Once again, like we say tonight, Nigeria gave me air in my lungs. At the bank, by the grace of God, we have been able to do much, and God has helped us tremendously. The bank was voted the fourth most transparent institution globally last year. The bank continued to maintain its global AAA rating. We connected 16 million people to electricity last year. In the last 3-4 years. We got 70 million people with agricultural technologies to get food secure. We got 9 million people connected to finance, 55 million people with access to improve transport, and 31 million people with access to improve water and sanitation. And Nigeria is the largest shareholder of the African Development Bank. Yet there's still much to do. We have climbed the mountainside of development in Africa, but there's still so many challenges, as we all note here tonight. But I know that I cannot complete it unless I get a second term as president of the bank. And I want to say, Nigeria again is giving me the air in my lungs. President Muhammadu Buhari nominated me again to be re-elected as president of the African Development Bank, and is giving tremendous amount of support, and I'm extremely grateful to him. As I close, let me say, collectively, every one of you here tonight, you have been the foundations. You have been the excellent examples for us. You have created the paths for where we are today. we stand on your very broad shoulders tonight, and we thank you very much. Heroes they may call us, but we are not. But servants we are. We have been entrusted with a sacred responsibility to serve by emptying ourselves. We have been provided rare and exceptional opportunities to serve our dear nation, the land that has given us air in our lungs. Thank you to the Horse Marks of Labor Foundation for this great honor. Thank you, every single one, for being here tonight to honor us. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we have all been providentially placed in Nigeria for a time like this. We all have a part to play. In our little ways and in our respective spheres of influence, we've been called upon to make a difference, to stand out as ambassadors of this great nation. For ours is a nation that cannot be hidden. Nigeria's future is bright, and it will continue to shine. Our sun will never go down. The destiny of Nigeria is a destiny of success. Our nation must blaze the trail. We shall arise and shine, for our light has come, and the glory of the Lord has risen upon us. For nations shall come to our light, and kings to the brightness of our rising. For the labors of our heroes past and yours shall never be in vain. We thank you once again, and may God bless you all.